You have been building custom GPTs all wrong. But no worries, I will show you exactly how to do it the right way, but first, let me explain the problem. So when you create your custom GPT or ChatGPT platform, you can just provide your name, description, some instructions, maybe a knowledge base, along with some external tools. And this is how your GPT might look like when you create it, along with some profile picture maybe. So when you want to share this GPT with somebody, you have to share your ChatGPT URL with them, and they can use it only on ChatGPT platform, which means all the promotion goes to ChatGPT. You don't have your own custom branding, and other than this, you cannot do much customization, such as what if I don't want the text to be here, but instead I want to have something else? Maybe I want to have this window up here at the center, or maybe I want to have my own custom rule that these people can only attach photos, or whatever the rule is. So what I'm saying is it's not customizable. What if you wanted to have your own brand color, or most importantly, what if you want to deploy it under your own domain? Maybe you own a domain, or you already have a website, so you want it to be hosted on that website, and this GPT should belong to you entirely. But clearly you cannot do this within ChatGPT custom GPTs. And I will show you how developers like me build these custom GPTs entirely customized for people's need, and also deployed under your own branding. So we will be using a Python library called Chainlit. And trust me, this custom GPT is so easy to build, like it is going to take us no more than few minutes to set it up entirely. But since in the video I might be explaining things, which is why it might take a little more, maybe more than a minute. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, simply go to replit.com and sign in. Once you are signed in, click this button and it will show you the screen that you are seeing right now. From here, select Python, give it some name, let's call it custom GPT. From here, let's select public so you can instantly clone it. You will find the link in the description below. Simply click create app. That's it. I'm not going to use their assistant, so let me quit this and click here. It will expand the directories and the files. Once you are in, go to Replit and let's configure this file, because I have started a fresh REPL, which is why it's needed. So let's paste this here. The command says run chainlit run main.py-w. So basically we are going to use chainlit library in order to create our custom GPT, and this will be the command that will be executed on the terminal when I click this big run button. Okay, in our main.py we are going to write a very simple code. Let's go to Chainlit documentation. You will find the link in the description below, and let's copy this piece of code. I will copy and paste it here. Now if I run this, I should be getting error most likely. Okay, when I clicked run button, it actually installed Chainlit for me automatically, and now the app is up and running. As seen, we have no preview so far. That's because we have not set up our ports yet. So let's go to this .replit file. If you cannot see this file, simply click these three dots and select hide hidden files or show hidden files. Anyway, let's use this over here. So what we are doing here is we have written the local port and the external port. Well, you don't have to understand everything, okay? Just put it the way you are saying it right now. Anyway, you will be getting it from my URL below, so everything will be pre-configured. No worries about that. Now let's stop it and run it once again, and it should actually show us the preview. Alright, preview is being loaded. So let's click this icon over here. It will open it in a new window on my browser. There you go. So we have got this nice looking UI similar to ChatGPT. If I click here, I can create a new session. I can click readme with some nice text. I can change from light mode to dark mode. I can type in something here. Let's say hi. Okay, so right now it is returning back a hard-coded response to whatever I say. So let's say my name is Sohail. As you can see, it is just hard-coded response. AI is not working behind the scene, but no worries, we are going to do that now. Let's go to main.py file. So here, as you can see, this is a hook that handles whenever it receives an input from user. Okay, so when we said hi, this was the code that was executed. So let's add OpenAI model so that AI can work behind the scene. First of all, let's import. Let me get rid of this console. Let's import async OpenAI client, and it is going to require my OpenAI API key. To set up OpenAI API key in your environment on Replit, click here, scroll down and select secrets, click new secret, call it OpenAI API key, and here just paste your API key. Now if you don't know how to get your API key, I have a video up here, just watch it and you'll get to understand how to get it. Let's go back to our main.py file. Here I have pasted this function that I have already written, so I don't have to do it again while recording this video. So basically this is just a function that is using OpenAI client to stream responses using the latest response API of OpenAI. Now I'm going to use this function inside this hook over here, which means whenever I receive some input from user, I'm going to process it through this function, right? So let me get rid of this existing code and paste this one. Alright, so I pasted this piece of code. What it does is whenever a message is received, it tries to get previous response ID from user session. Now Chainlit always create a unique session whenever somebody visits this site. Then this piece of code gets the user input, I mean whatever the user says. In our case we said hello, hi, so that becomes the user input. Here we are initializing the initial message state of Chainlit. Again, you don't have to understand everything, right? Here we are calling the stream chat response function, where we are passing the user input and a previous response ID, and in case it's the very first time and there is no previous response or no previous history, then this will become none, as you can see, and it will not affect anything. In fact, it will just update the previous response ID when OpenAI has responded. This is how their response API works. Okay, this previous response ID maintains the user history automatically, so basically it's a stateful API. Long story short, let's move further. Here we are using the message.stream token function that streams the response to the front end, not just showing the entire response at once. And finally we are calling message.update. Anyway, let's try to run this piece of code and see what happens. Alright, before we run this code, let's also import OpenAI. So I'm saying from OpenAI import async OpenAI. Also let's import OS because here we are using it, right? So I think we are good to go, and let's click this big green run button. Right, it is showing us the preview. Again, I'm going to click here to open it in my Chrome. There you go. So this time when I'm giving some input, it should be using AI to respond to me, right? So let's give it a try. Hey, greet my audience who is watching this video. There you go. Sure, here's a friendly greeting you can use for your audience. Great. So let's say my name is Sohail. Let me show you that it actually works and is maintaining the memory as well. So let me ask it, what is my name? Your name is Sohail. There you go. So it's up and running. You can create a new session here. There you go, everything is gone. We started a very fresh session. Let me show you some cool things that you can do and customize this as you need, right? Let's go to their documentation. Okay, here there are various things that you can try. I'm going to show you starters. So for that, I just have to type this piece of code. So let's copy, go to my chainlit, and simply I have to paste it here. No matter if I paste it above this event or below this event, it is still going to work. So right, let me stop once and run it again. There you go. So we were able to add these starters instantly. If I click it, it also starts the conversation. So you see how easy it is to actually customize, and not just customize, but as you need, you can do whatever you want, okay? Because it's totally code based. You can even build the front end from source, change every single pixel that you want. Okay, now check this one. Let's go to actions. Let's try this one. You will see how cool it is. So it's a on chat start event. It means when a chat is started, it should be triggered, right? So let's run it again. Okay, I have refreshed it. Alright, so as soon as the chat was loaded, it automatically did this. So it is saying interact with this action button, and it's saying click me. Let's click it. There you go. So basically no callback found. It's a different thing, but you can see how easily we can add our own custom UI to this GPT that we just built. Imagine you can let your user have functionalities such as downloading something, or maybe giving you payment before they can do some actions on your custom GPT and things like that. Right, so you saw how easy it is to build and customize it with just I'm just using copy and paste so far, and things are working perfectly. So let me show you how you can deploy it under your own domain. Before you actually deploy it, go to your .replit and make sure in this deployment section you are using the same command as you can see it up here that we added initially. Right, after that just click deploy, select auto scale, edit this. I'm not going to use lots of resources, and here type your initial domain that will actually belong to Replit, but they will assign it to you. So I'm going to call it Sohelopreneur. That's it. Let's click deploy. Now this current deployment is going to be on the domain that was allocated to us by Replit, but we can also connect our entire custom domain by going to settings and clicking link a domain button here. It will give you one or two records that you have to add to your domain, and that's it. There you go. Our custom GPT is deployed and can be accessed from anywhere in the world. So let's click this URL and see if we can actually use it under this domain. That's it, it is actually working. So it has given me this action button which actually does not work, but anyway we can try this. Hi, and it is going to respond and things like that. Now this belongs to me. I showed you how you can connect your custom domain in settings. Make sure to do that. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and let me Anyway, if you like this video, let me know in the comment section below so I can make further videos on some other topics such as login system, so that your users can provide their credentials before accessing your custom GPT, or adding data layers such as a history to the left side that you see on ChatGPT usually, things like that. So anyway, see you next time.